Okay, so let's talk about everything that lives in our skin. So the first thing we want to talk about are blood vessels. There are three main blood vessels that are in our skin. There are arteries, veins, and capillaries. Basically, it's all just designed about keeping our body cool and moving our blood from one part of the body to the other part. So the arteries are responsible for carrying blood away from the heart, whereas veins are responsible from carrying blood from the capillaries back to the heart, and the capillaries, being the smallest, teeny tiny little blood vessels, exchange water, chemicals, and all of our nutrients for our cells. So basically, blood is about moving everything through our body and keeping us warm and keeping us cool. So you'll notice on a cold day, your blood vessels will actually contract, and this will make you keep all your heat from your blood closer to your body, and then that will lock in that heat. But on a warm day, your blood vessels will actually open up and become nice and wide and sit closer to the skin, and this is where it allows all the heat to escape the body. So it's all about the inner workings of movement, of transportation of hormones, chemicals, and water, as well as keeping the body cool and warm. Then we're going to talk a little bit about our muscles. So muscles within the body that we need to know more so about. Hairdressing, it really just comes down to one muscle, and this is called the erector pili muscle. This is our large muscle that basically attaches from one end to the other end of our dermal tissue, and it's responsible for keeping and trapping in warm air. When you get goosebumps, this is about where your hair is raised, and it's about keeping that warm air in between that hair. This is the erector pili muscle. So again, the erector pili muscle is responsible for goosebumps, which is trapping warm air into our body. Then we need to talk about our tissue. So tissue, the one thing that we kind of really rely on is connective tissue. This is about providing oxygen and nutrients to cells and keeping our body all close together and stopping our organs from stretching and tearing. We also have a nervous tissue, and this just basically will send signals of touch, pressure, and heat. And then our last one is vascular tissues, which basically is where all of our blood cells are housed. In our skin, we have glands. So talking about the first lot of glands that we have, this is a sweat gland, and it comes under the heading sudoriferous glands. There are two glands in this system. There is an eccrine gland and an apocrine gland. The eccrine gland is found anywhere there is hair follicles, and again, it is all about temperature control. However, the eccrine gland can produce up to 10 litres of sweat per day, whereas the apocrine gland is normally found in the armpits and groin areas. It can have a scent, and it is also about producing steroids and oils and fats. And it is also about temperature control in some of those other areas that possibly get a little bit warmer. The other gland that we're going to talk about is our sebaceous gland. And as hairdressers, this is something that we're probably going to come across a lot more. So sebaceous means oil, or sebum. So sebum means oil. So this is our oil gland. Basically, our oil is produced anywhere that we have hair, and it is made up of fatty acids and waxes. We have oil to moisturize and lubricate our body and our hair. And you will also, it's about kind of providing a barrier against fungus and bacteria. This is more common in people with an overactive sebum gland. This is what we call oily hair. So oily hair can be a tricky thing. It's all about making sure that they're using the correct products to treat that. And that is our sebaceous gland.